Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul,
And this is
and
Senex.
we're bringing you the next game in the FRB Grand Tournament Round of 4. That's right. It is between Complexity GanZi and VileIllusion. Very excited about this match.
Yeah, I really think this is going to be one of the most interesting kind of matchups from the FRB Grand Tournament. Complexity, GanZi saying, yes, oh my god, random user beating me to it, in fact, preempting the caster. Right now, VileIllusion isn't playing as random. He just kind of joined this tournament for fun and decided that he'd much rather mess around and kind of explore with the different races rather than play his usual Terran. So GanZi's going to have a little bit of a kind of random element to deal with in this matchup.
Yeah, indeed. It is going to be quite random for him. Of course, in the end, he'll be able to scout Illusion and know what race he is, so it won't really be too much of a surprise, but at the same time, there are going to be a couple builds that as a Terran player he can't really do safely against Illusion. Now, of course, Illusion does normally play as Terran. Protoss, I don't really know how good with Protoss he is. He did play as Protoss against who was it earlier in the tournament? He did really well. Oh, no, it was against a Zerg player, and he discovered how imbalancedly strong Zealots are, which of course are not imbalanced, but he just felt that they were just way OP. So we'll see if he feels that they're way OP against GanZi, if he does manage to come out with a victory, or if he discovers that they're not quite as good as he had hoped.
Yeah, and actually we do see right now just kind of the perfect standard play from both players. And one thing I do think, oh, though actually no, never mind. GanZi is in fact moving for looking at hidden minerals. He's moving for a command center first, so definitely going for a very bold economic play, particularly since, and this is kind of the point I wanted to make, because he's playing against a random player, particularly on Tell the Ream Altar, he does not know what his opponent is up to. It's very difficult to scout somebody here. You're taking a distinct risk because as we see right now with just the scouting path that Illusion is taking, it's going to be a long time before he sees what his opponent is up to. So not getting at least a little bit of early defense is kind of like you're putting it on the line to try to defend yourself.
It's quite risky for GanZi to do this. Of course, he is adding on 2 Raxes right now. Once he gets a bunker up, if that's what he chooses to do, he should be just fine. And of course against Illusion, he should be okay, although Illusion is pumping out a Zealot right now, so if that Zealot manages to get up to GanZi's base in time, it might do a little bit of damage. Obviously, one Marine's not going to be anywhere near enough to deal with the Zealot, but we'll see how that does turn out here.
Yeah, the Zealot right now actually being chrono boosted, leading directly into the Stalker, so definitely looking like Illusion wants to kind of move his units out across the map. It's also obviously started the Warp Gate research, however, the expansion is finishing up right now. There's also 1 Marine on the way, and obviously more will be coming out of that second rack, so I think GanZi will have all the tools he needs to defend this, and it will mostly be up to if Illusion can put enough pressure on him to recover from the deficit he now finds himself in.
Now, Illusion just moved a probe into the base of our Terran player, so he knows exactly what's going on. He sees that GanZi does not have any gas. He's currently sticking with 2 Raxes. He got a fast expansion, so he's going to know what kind of timing he can take advantage of. As a matter of fact, if Illusion wanted to do something like a 1 base all-in, he definitely could do that. But of course, we'll see what he does. It does look like Illusion actually tried to come here with his Zealot, got a kill on an SCV, and now has his Stalker, which he might actually get another SCV kill, continuing to delay this bunker here.
Yeah, some pretty good harassment, particularly as he lays down his own expansion, just killing off any SCVs that he can, doing a little bit of damage to the Marines when they stray too close, a little bit, maybe too bold getting in, and he is able to kill 1 Marine but doesn't lose that Zealot, so just a little bit of harassment, but just kind of looking at the Workers tab, as it's 21 SCVs to 21 probes with 2 Mules running, I do think that GanZi's early expand plays really paid off for him.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to take quite a bit from Illusion to actually knock this bunker out and even do any damage, but obviously, as you can see here, GanZi's going to be able to hold that off. Instead, Illusion choosing to go for a fast expansion himself. I like that decision by Illusion. Not really too risky. Instead, he's going to basically be trying to keep up. Does not want to get behind in worker count, though. If Terran is up on Protoss and worker count, it just gets super risky for the Protoss player.
Yeah, absolutely, though. It looks like VileIllusion is going to be playing a little bit risky himself. He's going for the Twilight Council right now, which means probably one of two things. It's going to be either fast blink so that he can take advantage of the mobility of these stalkers, or going for Dark Templars. Dark Templars, generally good decision, but he does need to worry that, like, GanZi is a professional, in fact, like, Code S level Korean Terran. He knows the timings of Dark Templars pretty well and is very likely to be able to predict, if he kind of checks out his opponent's base, that, yeah, he doesn't have enough stuff. Where's all of his gas going?
Right, indeed, and it should be pretty easy for him to even drop down engineering bay. Actually, looking at his mineral tab, he's up at around 600 or something. I actually wonder if he wants to go for another expansion, or is just waiting to maybe get some information to drop down some more barracks or something like that. But he's floating a lot of minerals right now. I wonder why he's doing that for.
He will need to do something soon, just because the blink is on the way, and right now there are 3 gateways currently active, a large number of stalkers for Illusion. With some good blink micro, he can definitely engage these bunkers and win, only taking shield damage and also picking away at any units that are trapped outside of them. He could even potentially just try to run by, blink forward, and get into the main, and then start engaging the Marines when they don't have those protective structures.
Indeed, so we do see Illusion trying to poke up here to do a little bit of damage. Actually decides that he needs to retreat. He does have that blink almost finished, and actually does he even have... Okay, I was going to say if he had a robo, maybe he could get an observer out there to get some vision and blink up, but that he doesn't even have a robo, so... Instead, GanZi just kind of sticking to the 1-on-1 type build that has 2 racks, is now getting his tanks as well as siege mode, and I'm sure he'll be getting some kind of banshees or maybe even medevacs to go along with his army. Now, Illusion's really going to need something more besides stalkers to handle that. He'll definitely need either some Immortals or Colossi.
Yeah, and he does throw down the robotics facility right now. I definitely think he'll be moving into some Immortal production, and that will probably be enough to hold this off, but I am a little bit worried. Just looking at the supply tab right now, it's 76 versus just 62, obviously favoring GanZi enormously. And also, once again, with a quick look at the workers, it's 44 SCVs against 36 probes. And so GanZi's definitely started to run away with this game a little bit, just because his macro advantage is so large.
Indeed, so we see GanZi even increasing his advantage in the sense that he's going ahead and getting his upgrades, whereas Illusion doesn't even have a forge that I can see. Yeah, doesn't have a forge, so he's not bothering to get any kind of upgrades. Of course, he is getting charge. He did get blink, so getting some ability upgrades, but as far as attack and armor goes, he's not really getting those at all. GanZi definitely taking the lead in that sense.
Yeah, GanZi also looking to do some good harassment right now. There's that medevac full of 8 Marines moving in to try to hit the back of Illusion's base while all of his forces are still out on the map. At the same time, a huge move out through the middle, knowing that he's going to be pulling his opponent out of position. GanZi does immediately need to face down 2 Zealots that are warped in to try to deal with this. There's absolutely no way they're going to be able to deal with that much DPS.
Yeah, GanZi was actually able to take out 2 Zealots right there without losing a single Marine, and now he's probably going to be forced to lift off again. He does lift off, but at the same time, at the front of the base of Illusion, GanZi's doing another attack, sieges up 2 tanks, trying to get into position here, needs to get up on the high ground to get some vision, and actually brings that medevac over to add on to the attack that he's doing, and Illusion is in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, he has the first Immortal on the way, and charge is close to done, but I don't think that GanZi's going to give him the time that he needs to really deal with this attack. This heads-up engagement not going well. Huge siege tank shots, dealing enormous damage to the Blink Stalkers. A little bit of a kind of strange sideways blink, but you don't want the Blink Stalkers to be directly engaging the Marines. They have to be trying to deal with the siege tanks.
I'm actually wondering why Illusion did not blink onto the top of the siege tanks. I wonder if he just is so inexperienced with Protoss, or if perhaps he thought there was a better idea. It does look like GanZi is going to be able to take out this Nexus, and now Illusion stuck with only 1 Immortal, a handful of Stalkers, and some Sentries. Is going to be super hard for him to actually push this back.
Yeah, there's also a 3rd siege tank joining the fray, along with a 2nd medevac. So it's going to be incredibly a huge blink forward, actually, moving in, trying to snipe down the siege tanks, but they unsiege at the perfect time and are really able to punish those armored units for getting too close. Also, the Immortal getting wiped out. One quick force field will be able to keep GanZi out of his base for just a moment, but I do think that, yeah, Illusion is forced to GG.
Alright, guys, well, that is going to be the end of the first one. In 1 second here, just making sure everything's smooth. Be moving on to the second game in just a moment.